All right, Philo, you must be 24-6 up. Must be pretty happy with how the lads went on that first half.
Yeah, no, we were pretty happy. Otago putting us under pressure, and I think we've just got to focus on a couple of things that we need to get better at. Discipline, it's letting us down.
Those are the things you're looking to do better in the second half, hold that ball and build some pressure?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we just try and take the referee out of the game and keep going forward, yeah.
All the best, go well.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Philo Tiatia there. Great combination with Alami Yadamir. Lee Allen will be standing by shortly with Israel Dag. We saw Angus Ta'aval there. Look for him to make an impact in the second half. Unlucky, some would say, to miss out on the All Blacks. Let's go now to Lee Allen.
Lee, 24-6 down, bud. Not the ideal start. What are you looking for the lads to doing better in this second half?
Yeah, well, to be honest, the boys came in the half pretty excited. We're just probably not playing in the right areas of the field, playing a wee bit too much in our half. But we've got a couple of old Grizzly Yaks on our bench that are pretty fired up, Nasi Manu in particular. So those boys are going to come on and add some real energy. So we're actually pretty pumped up for the second half.
How was Tom in the change rooms? Is he firing the orders?
Yeah, mate, he is. Yeah, he is, mate. He's pretty excited too. So we got a big second half in us, and no, we're looking forward to it.
Go well, mate. All the best.
Cheers.
Oh, what a story. Nasi Manu, Justin Marshall. Of course, he spent some time overseas in Italy. Last game here in New Zealand was that triumphant game for the Highlanders in Wellington against the Hurricanes, but he's been through plenty over the last few years, testicular cancer, and great to see him back in New Zealand rugby.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what is so wonderful about the Mitre 10 Cup, that we see what we've got right now. A young player like Lamb and someone like Rieko Ioane, an established and well-known All Black, and also you get some of the players that we recognise from the past who find their way back into the Mitre 10 Cup, like Nasi Manu, who gave so much to rugby, has had a lot of adversity recently, and so great to see him back in the mix. And that's what this competition does.
So no changes to the Otago 15 for the second half.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least. And Auckland
10 seconds.
still remain the same. As we wait for Harry Plummer to get proceedings underway in the second half here. Auckland in control, 24 points to 6. Oh, that's an interesting little kick by Harry Plummer, straight to Liam Coltman. 10-metre mark inside Otago territory. And Hamilton will put up the boxy. He sends it down as far as Jordan Traynor. He's taken in the tackle by Will Takururu. Away to choke. Out they come here. Auckland to Akira Ioane. Josh Timu goes in to make the tackle with Dylan Nell. Ruru, short side play. Great play here from Auckland. Harry Plummer breaking through. He's got AJ Lamb on the outside. Doesn't need him, but he finds Rieko Ioane. That is a brilliant try to open the second half for Auckland.
Straight off the kickoff, they got the ball back. Hamilton's box kick. They decided to attack from inside their own half. It was out to Akira Ioane, who was playing quite wide. He managed to fight his way into contact and hold his feet, and then the quick transition to Plummer. He spotted the gap. He got through where Coltman was defending on the outside shoulder of him. He had players to burn. He held off because of players on the inside that were blocking his pass. But you can see the man who was on his outside originally trucked back up on the inside, Rieko Ioane, to finish it.
Wonderful try, Marshy, but what created that was just trying to get your athletes onto mismatches. You know, Plummer just got on the outside there of Coltman, hit the ball at pace, hit it on attack, and then Rieko Ioane just supporting like every centre does on the inside. Those unrewarded runs, but he got rewarded in the end.
The Harry Plummer adds the extras to the Rieko Ioane try. And Auckland now really starting to flex their muscle. Ioane down to Caleb Clark. Honick and Tucker coming through to effect the tackle. Ruru fires it back into his 22. Plummer shifts it on to Choke. And then Coltman goes in to make the tackle. Ruru Blindside play here for Auckland. Akira Ioane. He puts the offload in the hands of Lenny upper side. And it's come off Otago, so Auckland with another chance. Caleb Clark. Caleb Clark breaking through. And Ioane makes a very good tackle as Josh Hill looks to get it over the ball, but it's still there for Auckland. Ruru fires it away to Plummer. Puts the wipers kick across. Plenty of numbers out there. Oh, but snapped up by Vilamori Karoe, and over the touchline they go. We'll take a breath. Jordan Trainer wanted to take it quickly too.
Well, he just simply needed to nab that Nareki. Great break up the middle, an excellent offload into Caleb Clark, who pinned his ears back. Josh Ioane stayed in the fight, good on him, brings the big man down as they switched it across to the right. The cross kick was shut down, but they're not out of the woods yet because it's still Auckland's line out.
Afasai throws, and Akira Ioane's the target. They set up the drive, Auckland, it's at the back.
From the back, goal.
With up beside, Ruru happy to watch this trundle forward. It's still there, hasn't splintered. Here come Auckland.
Own player dragged it, own player.
They're right there. Ruru. Well, it's being lost forward.
Boys, your front man just fell over.
He looks like he might have hurt himself here too.
Your
Lenny upper side. Well, it was a great setup from Auckland at the line out. And they were so close to adding another one.
Yeah, your ball.
Yeah, the challenge here is when your opposition really don't have many numbers or weight behind them of maintaining your own feet. You can see as Scrafton comes in there, the momentum of the body's positions is all going down, and that's subsequently what happened. It wasn't Otago that collapsed it. This is what happened earlier with the cross kick. Look at the numbers that Auckland had. It just needed to go to one of those players. However, it was Nareki that got up and saved the day, and now they need a good solid scrum and nice exit to get themselves out of this problem.
Set, steady.
Defensive set piece for Otago.
Far side down.
Yeah, Marshy, I was chatting to Philo just underneath the stands here, and he gave me a little sense that he wants his team to go up another level, and I feel like they've just gone up another level, scoring straight over half-time, and Otago on their line again.
And the hard thing is they're on their line and they're forced to either negate the angle and kick to touch, which won't gain a lot of territory, or try and go long, but then you're kicking it down the throat of Lamb and Trainer and also Caleb Clark, who are just wanting to counter-attack this afternoon. So it's not getting any easier for Otago at the moment.
Set, steady.
And the free kick, you can hear Ruru saying, get it in. And Monroe awards the free kick to Auckland.
9 needs to put the ball in.
What would you have said in that situation, Mashi?
Scrum.
I would have said you're on the wrong side to call that, ref. You need to be over with me, and you would have seen that the loose head went down, which is what Kane Hamilton's trying to say to him. I can't get that ball in if that elbow's light. And there, that's down.
Here we go.
He had a fair point. Kane Hamilton.
See, referee Munro's on the other side, and he still is. Well, he's on the right side now because obviously it's the loose head for Auckland, but he was on the tight head side, which doesn't help when the scrum does go down. The halfback can't get the feed. And anyway, like I said, they were faced with what they were going to do kicking-wise. Now they've got to defend Otago because Auckland have opted for the scrum off the penalty.
Trainer looking out wide alongside Caleb Clark. And they get the penalty, Auckland.
Pulling out.
So, any suggestions what they might do here? No surprises.
Boys, what do you want to do? Scrum again, please. Scrum.
Well, just out in front of our commentary box here, Caleb Clark is on the sideline. I can tell you he's not working for Sky Television, but he is very wide indeed.
Yeah, and the man who's drifting back across now who has to deal with all of that is Michael Collins. So you can see him just the fullback there. He's going to make his way across.
Crouch.
Because of the width of Caleb Clark, he's going to be forced to be a lot wider than what he'd like to be because it leaves the threat of Faiane and Ioane in the midfield.
Good scrum, Auckland still going forward. It's there at the back. And the try's been scored
Try.
by Hoskins Satutu.
I felt he scored it.
Meanwhile, while we're talking about all the things that could be creative and possibly entertain us in the back line, the forwards, they were never going to release it. They had the advantage in the scrums all afternoon, Auckland. That was why they were turning down kickable threes to re-scrum. They were going so fast forward that it was really hard for Satutu to control it. I wonder if Hamilton got his hand on that first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I thought he did, Kane Hamilton.
Okay. Time off, guys.
And they will have a look. Yeah, it looks like Hamilton's forced that.
And he is behind the try line as well, so that's legal.
Just to check the grounding on that try. Huddy, so on-field try, we just want to check who grounded it first, please.
So James Monroe has asked Chris Hart to check this.
And good on him. He did award the try, but he's thought about it, and that's what the technology's for. There's no shame in doing that. And that's Kane Hamilton's hand that gets on it first. There.
Just let us check it. Yeah.
Well, at first look, it looked like Kane Hamilton got that right hand down on the ball. Then it sort of bobbled out of the way, and then Ruru got in the way of the shot. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. Okay, so the gold hand put it down first. Okay. And then it's gone down. Okay,
It's going to be another
Chris,
5
so
metre
what
scrum.
you're saying is that the gold hand's been down first? Yeah. Okay, so for me then, the gold players weren't staying straight from the scrum, so I'm going to go penalty try.
oh, James Monroe.
Maybe? Yeah, okay. So your nine's grounded it, but you haven't stayed straight and square at the scrum, okay? So then it's going to be penalty try, okay?
It's an interesting one. I agree with Liam Coltman, who just said to the referee, just because we're going backwards doesn't mean we're not straight. It didn't look like they disintegrated Otago. They just, all the momentum was with Auckland. They had the opportunity to score, and they blundered it. So why find a way to give them the try?
A couple of changes here. George Bowers coming on for Jonah Aina, and then got Josh Hill being replaced by Jack Regan. Also a change for Auckland. Upper size day is done, and he's been replaced by Sosini Fingai.
So we're underway again. Auckland awarded the penalty try. Scott Scrafton takes the ball to ground. Ruru sends it off to his runners in Tuangafasi. Down the left they come here, Auckland, Caleb Clark. He's got it off to Akira Ioane, who put the kick through. But it went straight into Michael Collins. And Rico Ioane now trying to break out into the Otago half. It's well turned over, though. And Kane Hamilton has the ball, so here's a chance for Otago.
Okay, advantage knock on by White.
Charles Elton, the new man, takes it forward. Hamilton to the air. Jack Regan, the Irishman, carts it forward.
Advantage is over.
Out to the blind. Otago, Slade McDowell carries it forward, fighting his way forward, the open side flanker. Well, this is better for Otago. Regan again with another touch. Hamilton, numbers out to the right, Ioane. Well, he thought about throwing it, decided not to. And he was wrapped up by Akira Ioane. So Hamilton has a wee dab in behind and running through. Well, that was Jonah Nareki, had Vilimoni Koroi with him too. And at the end of all of that, Otago will get possession.
Yeah, just gives a bit of speed.
Really need a score here, Marshy. Down this end, 38-6 down. Need to put some points and put some pressure back on Auckland.
Yeah, absolutely agree. They need to
Crouch.
really maximise every opportunity they get down here. It's been very rare in this half.
Bind. Sit. Steady.
Otago looking for a steady scrum. I'll get that one out. It has gone down. But referee is play on. And Auckland have the turnover. Rico Ioane away to AJ Lamb. Josh Timu back to Ioane. Jordan Trainer. Timu making the tackle. Well, they go down the right in the form of Hoskins Satutu. Guru. Good little double round play there, Auckland. Otago looking to get over the ball. And they win the penalty.
Holding on where you are.
Fantastic work at the breakdown by Otago.
They did well. They shelled the ball from the scrum. It was typically good nuisance value from Jonathan Ruru, who blocked the pass from Hamilton initially by sticking his leg out, which upset the timing of the runner who was supposed to be bouncing off him. They turned it over, Auckland, and then it was offloads galore.
13.
Bit of a change here, Marshy. We've got Theo Tompkinson coming on for the good Josh Timu. I thought he had a great night tonight. Josh Timu should be very proud.
Of course, Josh Timu,
Time back on.
the son of former All Black John Timu, played 101 games for Otago. Bit of a chip off the old block. Here comes Liam Colton with the throw. Down the back. Play on, says James Munro. And Jack Regan gets it back to Dylan Nell. Adrian Choke tries to bring him down and get over the ball, but it's there for Otago.
Release him. Release him.
Bauer, the new man, carried forward. Good support from the low numbers. Off with Tuanga Fasi, up in defence. And a penalty goes the way of Auckland.
You were tackled there, and then you just got up and kept playing the ball.
Well, he didn't release.
Holding on.
And again, Otago in a good attacking position. They're just unable to execute the crunch time.
Yeah, I understand. His knees are on the ground, so he's trying to release it. Yeah, I know, but that wasn't because he was clear, because you weren't releasing it.
Harry Plummer will take play up midway, 10-metre mark, 22 Auckland territory. And you can see there, looking for a clear release. It's over the back, untidy from Auckland, and Liam Coltman will clean up. Jack Regan blowing through. There it is for Hamilton. Way to Morris Lume. Akira Ioane got up rapidly there. And it does fall on the side of Auckland. So here comes Akira or Rico Ioane. Ruru, he finds a good crash ball runner in the form of Alex Hodgman. And it's a bit messy. It's all over the place at the moment. And James Munro will award possession here to Auckland. Lost forward Otago.
Yeah, again, they just can't catch a bounce or a trick, Otago. Even when they had the opportunity, it was the lock, Will Tucker, who, when he tried to get a hold of the ball on the ground, knocked it forward, so nothing really going their way. More changes down there, is he?
Yeah, a couple of changes here. Offa and Alex Hodgman's night's over. Tuanga Fasi being replaced by Ta'aval and Jared Adams. Great night for these lads. Offa just put in a crunching double shoulder tackle before.
Well, it's great to see so many All Blacks out on display in the opening few rounds of Mitre 10. And the man we saw before, Angus Ta'aval, will certainly be wanting to make a statement in this competition. Extremely handy. Front row forward. Yeah, it's a good scrum from Auckland. Over the halfway. Satutu feeds Tururu down to AJ Lamb. And Charles Elton tries to make the tackle. The flag's up at the side.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Flag's up over here.
And Otago will get the line out.
No, there was no... Shooting touch. No. It's already been played out there, so you can't take it. No, I felt they stayed square, and then the ball came out the back. Okay. Hold that.
Colton throws. And he was looking for Charles Elton, but it's worked out for Otago, just outside their 22. Kane Hamilton gets a few guards around him. He sets for the box. He puts it up high in the Dunedin sky here, and AJ Lamb's got the ball. Ilamoni Karoi tried his best to bring him down around the bootlaces. Ruru. Oh, beautiful little pass on. Fantastic play there. That's Angus Ta'aval with the ball. And Ruru was going digging.
Turnover was good.
But the turnover was
7 must
clean.
roll away.
Fantastic play from Otago there.
7 white. Roll away. Back here, 10.
Big Dylan Nell it was for Otago. Ioane will peel off a few metres. It takes play up to 10-metre mark inside Auckland's half.
Off the line, please. Off the line. Okay.
Ball, please. Front to me. Front more. What's the swing? Swing.
Colton throws. He's gone over the back of Elton and lost forward. So Auckland rumbling up to the halfway mark once again. Ruru goes short side. He finds Adams, who's met by a welcoming committee in the form of Liam Coltman and co. That Auckland carry on. Oh, rip well there from Slade McDowell. But Otago can't clean up.
The turnover was good.
And
then
Monroe will come back and play the lost forward from Otago.
Yeah, again, what Auckland are doing is they're just going to work up front now, just flexing their muscles. They know that they've got some power and some talent in that back line, but they've also now got some pretty strong men carrying the ball as we progress into the Mitre 10. First round, Counties Manukau up against Tasman tonight at 7 p.m.
And tomorrow it is Northland against Manawatu in Whangarei, 2 o'clock. And then Inglewood is the venue. Taranaki against Bay of Plenty, of course. They've got the Ranfurly Shield next week. Taranaki wanted to get off to a great start. Southland Hawke's Bay tomorrow from Invercargill at 4:30.
Crouch. Bind.
So 20 minutes to go at Forsyth Bar Stadium. 38 points, plays 6. 10-metre mark Otago territory. Ruru feeds. And the scrum's been great today from Auckland. Clean ball off the back once again. Ruru fight away to the right. Jordan Trainer, here he goes. Looks to step around Jonah Nareki, who eventually makes the tackle. Ruru, Caleb Clark charging up, getting the momentum. It's there with Ta'aval. James Monroe playing advantage. Ruru has a wee dab himself. He's taken down by Bauer. It's there for Adams. Away to the left, Akira Ioane, right out in front of the Otago posts. 5 out, Auckland. Crash ball for Satutu. Keen to keep it tight here, Auckland. Trying to get over the ball is Will Tucker. But it's there once again for Satutu driving through. Auckland have the advantage. A penalty advantage. Jonathan Ruru surveying his options. And a double blow, I think, coming here from James Monroe.
Yeah. So.
And he's having a dig too. Liam Coltman will go to the bin. Otago down to 14.
And you know what's coming now as well. Scrum, I would imagine.
Yeah. Scrum. Okay.
No surprises there. That's what TJ Faiane, the Auckland captain's asked for. They're down a man. Otago, which is either going to mean they put a back on and try and stop this rampant Auckland scrum, or even worse, they try and just absorb it with 7 men. I don't see them being able to do that, so they're going to have to concede and put a man on the scrum.
Got a bit of a change here, boys. Wetton's gone off, and he's been replaced by Blake Gibson.
So we've got a sub happening as well.
But just a luxury, Marshy, when you've got a set piece like that. The last set passage of play when Trainer made that break, Plummer just running in motion, Ruru getting out. It's just easy to attack off.
Who's going off, guys?
Yeah, it's all front foot, isn't it?
Dylan.
Passes are out in front, players are running onto the ball, finding space.
Back on.
Just wonder whether Trainer, he'd done enough. He probably just did a little bit too much weaving near the finish of his run. I think when he brought the winger in a little bit, if he had just offloaded and stayed on his feet and given it to Lamb, he probably would have got a pass back. Maybe a missed opportunity, but they've still created this situation from that break, which is probably going to really hurt Otago. I don't see this creative move that the backs are conjuring up getting an opportunity to be shown, because the forwards will be going for the jugular, I think.
Another replacement, lads. 16's gone on. Ricky Jackson, he's replaced Dylan now for Otago.
Let's go, boys. 9.
Yeah, well, that's the fourth front row change, so they've had to lose a loose forward, Otago, because of Coltman being in the bin, and they've had to bring Ricky Jackson, the hooker, on. So, wow, this just creates massive pressure for that Otago defensive system.
Bind.
Oh, he's got
Set.
options both ways here. Jonathan Ruru.
Far side. Yeah.
It's Plummer and Trainer directly behind the scrum.
Reset.
Out to the right, it's Akira,
Height, please, guys.
Rico Ioane and AJ Lamb. And Caleb Clark looking way out to the left.
What a luxury. Jeez. Go left, get Faiani. Go right, you got Ioane.
And then obviously you've got to keep your eye on, if the forwards do decide to release it,
Bind.
the power and pace of Hoskins Satutu off the back. You've got to consider him as well.
Ruru feeds. Great scrum again from Auckland. Satutu has his hands on the ball. Another penalty advantage to Auckland.
Yeah, he's good there. No advantage. 15 out. Out.
They'll have to be careful here,
Penalties over
Otago.
here. Loose head collapsing.
Well, it doesn't take a betting man to know what's going to happen next. That's right, another scrum.
Goes against you, collapsing. Okay, stay up.
Another change, lads. Honick's gone off for Sasangi in the front row.
Crouch.
So fresh
Bind.
front row subs on for Otago. Jackson, the force change. Sasangi in there. Hisa Sasangi. Another penalty, Auckland. Well, you'd have to say that if this continues, Coltman might have a friend on the sideline.
This way? Yeah. Here we go.
I think that's just a...
You must stay up. Stay up, okay?
Yeah, the one on engage is always a tough one where it's just been a misbind or something, you go straight down. That's not a reason to reach for the yellow card. It's more when it's a professional style foul, if you're going backwards and you're in real genuine trouble. So that was just a simple collapse, so he's done the right thing there.
Come back on.
James Munro. Another change there quickly, is he?
Yep, another big change. Charles Elton's night's over for Otago, and the great to see him back, Nasi Manu is taking the field for Otago.
Crouch.
Well, welcome back, Nasi Manu.
Absolutely.
Defensive scrum.
Bind.
First up. Great to see him back in New Zealand rugby.
Nah, both teams. Both teams.
Oh,
Both
here we go,
teams.
Vashi.
Listen to my call,
We'll try and have a little lolly scramble. What are they going to do here?
Yeah.
You need to get it right.
Well, they need to get it right, I think, and it's just the message James Munro has given both packs. He's going to be keeping on more than the the other is the Otago team, because depowered and already having conceded a penalty try and been on the back foot the whole game, they're going to be under scrutiny the most.
There's no way this ball's coming
No
out.
way, mate.
Ruru, again, steady scrum, Auckland feeds. And they'll keep it at the back. Oh, it's not controlled by Satutu. And Hamilton came through. Collins over the top, offering support. And Nasi Manu's first act for Otago will be to play halfback. He does. And they'll look for a clean exit with 14 players on the field. Coltman in the bin.
Use it!
Hamilton wants some options. He fires the ball away to Jonah Nadeki, who makes a clearance. Well, I'm happy to say that that set piece is over.
Yeah, I'm happy as well, but I think they were pretty hard done by Auckland. They were moving forward, and the scrum just completely just collapsed. And when they've got the forward momentum, I don't think that's their fault, and that's the reason Hoskins Satutu couldn't control it, because it went to ground. So,
Stay there.
look, if it was a tight game, you'd probably complain more, but it's not. So we'll just get on with it, and it puts us out of our misery. We couldn't do another 5 minutes under the post for scrubbaging.
Sidi Fiangai throws. And there it is for Blake Gibson. Good to see him back, Mitre. Blake Gibson, penalty, Otago.
Entry, white 6.
Few changes, boys. AJ Lamb's night's over. He's been replaced by Tamua Manu. And then we've got... who else? Sorry. Simon Hickey's night's over. He's replaced Harry Plummer.
Thanks, Izzy.
Stay there.
So, it'll be an Otago line-out just on their side of halfway. Ricky Jackson's looking for a ball. One shows up.
Time back on.
And we're back into it. They go to Will Tucker. Good take. Josh Ioane, little chip kick through. It's well cleaned up, though, by Auckland. Tamua Manu it was. Scott Scrapton out to the right. They go. Adams. He's met by Ricky Jackson. Ruru. Down in the midfield. Auckland. Sasini Fiangai driven back. Some staunch defence there. Coming away now to the left for Auckland. Josh Ioane making a good tackle there. Blindside play. Getting involved is Jordan Trainer. Out to the right they come. Otago doing their best to disrupt this, but Ruru's going to have a go himself. As Jackson tries to rip the ball away. He's done wonderfully well. How has he? No, he hasn't. The penalty goes the way of Auckland. I thought Ricky Jackson had done enough there.
You must release him. No clear release.
Well, they did pretty well, Otago, just to shut that down. Ruru knew exactly what he was trying to achieve. He just wanted to take a few steps, perhaps bring the inside and then the outside defender to turn in on him. And he was looking just to pop a little ball into space to Caleb Clark, who was lurking off his shoulder. But Otago sort of spotted what was coming and managed to shut it down. But unfortunately, they couldn't then be accurate at the breakdown.
Well, the night's over for the impressive Jonathan Ruru. He's been replaced by Danny Tusitala.
Yeah, stay there. Goal.
Good shift today for Jonathan Ruru. He's playing off the back of a Rolls Royce, isn't he? So a chance here for Auckland to add some more. They lead 38-6. It has been a very impressive display indeed. 10 to go at Forsyth Bar. Sasini Fiangai throws. It's taken in by Scrafton. The drive is set up. Trying to get there is Will Tucker, still going forward. And Munro's got them for bringing it down. So Tusitala digs in. He's got Hickey waiting. And he gets it away to him. Hickey with a little kick through. Trainer coming through. Oh, Jordan Trainer was looking for the try, but they'll come back.
here. Michael.
And oh dear.
You, here. Okay, so more going towards the line with momentum. This player's dragged it down, okay? Yellow card.
Otago down to 13.
Ready, Scruffy?
Jack Regan, in his first game for the province,
Hang on.
has been sent
Time
off.
back on.
We certainly didn't feel it was him. He said, seriously, it wasn't me. But
Yeah, no.
he's either a good actor
Time wasn't on.
/ very good liar, or it wasn't him.
Okay.
Tell.
Sit off.
So an attacking lineup for Auckland once again. Cassini, Fiangai throws. It's taken down by Hall of Means. And there it is, the drive again from Auckland. Tusitala
Advantage 20.
at the base, another advantage. That's against Nasi Manu.
Okay, guys, nice coming out of there. 20, entry. Yeah.
But Kira Ioane wants to get on with things.
Scrum.
But we're going to be treated
Boys, what do you
to
want?
another scrum.
Scrum. Scrum. Here's Mark.
Well,
Okay.
they are now down to 6 in the scrum, Otago. You can see that little graphic at the top over the OTA, which is 2 yellow cards. They're both forwards.
Here's your mark.
And if we were not expecting it to come out earlier on, it is 100% not going to be coming out of that.
No, she's definitely not coming out of here, Marshy. Good to see Simon Hickey back in New Zealand, representing Auckland. He's got Tamua Manu right behind him, the big man. But yeah, that 100% ain't coming out of there.
It's either going to be a pushover or a penalty try.
Bind.
Or a reset, maybe.
Well, there we go. Well, there was a change about 10 minutes ago. It was Liam Halem Ames. He's replaced
Sit back. Hold
number 7, Jack Adrian Choate.
Nine to play, Otago. They've had 2 men in the bin. And Auckland have been pouring on the pressure.
Bind.
Fantastic at scrum time. And here they go again.
Sit.
Tusitala
Steady. Stay up.
with the feed. But it goes the other way this time.
Collapsing. Yep.
And he's got Auckland for collapsing.
And he's got Ta'avel. And isn't it good, just when you think you know a little bit about the game, that it completely proves you to be wrong and that you don't. Certainly not what I was predicting, but Auckland do finally make an error at scrum time, which costs them that opportunity. Good win for Otago.
No, that's where I want you standing.
They had a good look. James Munro. So Ricky Jackson will throw for Otago. And they head to the back. And Will Tucker takes it. Hamilton into midfield. Otago flying up was Rieko Ioane to make the tackle. But it's there again for Hamilton. Wide to Nasi Manu with a touch. Coming through is Tusitala. That's a great break though from Rieko. Or Josh Ioane out to the left. Here they come, Otago. Michael Collins. And Jonah Nadeki takes it up to the 22. Manu. Ioane up again. C.O. Tompkinson. Still going, C.O. Tompkinson. It gets it away to Slade McDowell.
Full pass.
But it's gone forward. Just as Otago were looking likely.
Just here, Marshy, that luxury. When you get good front football, when Ioane can just attack it on that 45-degree angle, just on the outside of the defender, you can see how dangerous they are.
A great attacking field position here for Otago. Josh Ioane.
Crouch.
Waiting in midfield alongside Co Tompkinson.
Bind. Unstable, Gold.
Possession here, Auckland. Satutu running it up over the 10. Rieko Ioane putting the foot down. Rieko Ioane into open space. Finds support. Oh, he tried to find Tusitala. And Manu's cleaned it up. But now it's back with Auckland. It's all over the place. And it will end up with Otago with a put into the scrum.
Yeah, he's been dangerous all evening. Rieko Ioane just couldn't quite find the support players on the inside there. Tusitala was the man that was running that traditional 9 line, just slightly behind him, but boy, he's just explosive, Rieko Ioane. Got threats everywhere. They've really flexed their muscles in the forward pack the second half, but then they just unleash a little bit of that talent out wide and they can burn you there too. Very well balanced side, Auckland.
Hamilton feeds, it goes down again. And that one has gone in favour of Otago, so Hamilton sets off on a run. A little pass on there from Michael Collins to Nareki, and he puts it in behind the Auckland D. But it's going to trickle too far. And the flag is up.
Stay there.
So once again, it's been the story of the afternoon for Otago. Plenty of endeavour, trying to create something, but just not falling their way.
Few changes, boys. Number 21 for Otago, James Arscott, has replaced Kane Hamilton. And Jonah Nareki's night's over. He's been replaced by Freedom Bahakolo.
Scrafton takes for Auckland. Tusitala. So they look to clear. Tusitala puts it up. And he takes play. Midway 10-metre mark, 22.
I think probably one of the real things that we've noticed is just how frustrated Otago. They've not really got their rhythm at all in this game. They've resorted to little chip kicks. That's how frustrated they've been. Can't get anything going.
The Jackson throws, not tidy, but there for Otago. Ioane. He finds his runner. It's there again. Ioane, away to the right, Collins coming through as Caleb Clark. There is Freedom Vahakolo. Well, now a few of these boys in the Auckland side. Freedom Vahakolo played for Ponsonby last year alongside Rieko Ioane. But that's offside and a penalty the way of Auckland. Josh Ioane looks a bit ginger there.
Lost forward. Man in front, offside. Yeah, there.
The problem, another side of it is, I don't think Auckland has been as fluid as they could be either. And that reinforces that. 17 turnovers to only 9 from Otago. So it just shows you how dangerous they are. You give them a little sniff and they really hurt you. They've probably been not as accurate as what Filo Tiatia would have wanted. That's why he's a little upset at half-time. But yet they're still dominating.
So Sini Fiangai
back off goal.
looks again for Scrafton, but it's back with Otago. And away they go, Ioane flinging it away to the left. Collins with the ball. He's met by Blake Gibson. And they drive through Auckland, led by TJ Faiane. And it is on their side. Wonderful work from Auckland.
Good counter ruck. Gold entry.
Pretty impressive performance, isn't it? They're quite a complete side, Auckland.
Yeah, 100%, mate. You spoke about the turnovers. That's what happens when you're chancing your arm, you're playing under the roof. I think the offload counts about 15 to 6 in Auckland's favour, so they're just playing with freedom. And when Auckland are playing like that, they're a very dangerous side to beat.
Well, such has been Auckland's dominance with the ball. They've missed 24 tackles, Otago. That cut through from the Auckland attack has been impressive. Again, though, not tidy. The line out for Auckland. And it's on the side of Otago.
Hold! Back!
So, Scott will find his runners in the form of George Bauer. Back to Ioane, all dangerous play at the back from Josh Ioane. And Freedom Vahakolo will be taken into touch. Ioane thinking about the quick one.
Yeah. Yellow card's back on. Out here.
Does Otago get their boy
Come
back?
across, Gold.
Jack Regan. He'll get about 30 seconds to play. Meanwhile, Auckland will look for another try, take this out past 40. So Seni Fiangai, again, Messi at the back. That's taken in by Will Tucker. Making a nuisance of himself in there was Hall Ames. And it will be an Auckland scrum. So with 20-odd seconds to go here, they'll have another opportunity.
Here we go.
See, I'd like to see that line that Rico Ioane ran a few times from Super Rugby. He comes from outside in really hard off the 10, and the winger is the transition runner in behind that. You really have to consider him when he comes hard like that, and he's got an offload as well. I quite like the option kind of going in behind him to Faiane, who can drift across. Just a little bit of deception to use Ioane, not as a carrier, but to hold defenders.
The hooter rings out around Forsyth Bar Stadium as Tusitala feeds the Auckland scrum.
Use!
And he comes open side, Tusitala. Hickey, oh, big tackle in there from C.O. Tompkinson.
Well, he's got him high, but this is one of those really unfortunate ones because he was dropping in the tackle.
Guys, give space. Space.
I think it's
Simon Hickey.
Simon Hickey, yeah, and unfortunately,
Boys,
he had committed,
space.
C.O. Tompkinson, he had
Let's go
committed
back
to the
up.
tackle, and as he goes to make the tackle, he starts to fall. No, I actually can't back up that. I thought that he was bracing himself for the tackle, but
just go back, guys.
he's not falling at all. He's just stepping. Oh, yeah, and that's a shoulder.
That's a nasty shoulder, I think, there from C.O. Tompkinson.
Okay.
There's been a lot of chat
Yeah.
Uh,
about his technique, Marshy.
Time off.
We don't question his will.
No,
Just a little bit high there.
it's a red
Just
card.
check.
if you ask me.
Foul play there with the tackle.
Okay, mate, I'll get it up on the screen. That's a direct shoulder to the head. And it's reckless.
So Simon Hickey being attended to.
Last angle on that tackle, if you can help me out again.
And here it is here. Simon Hickey with the ball, and C.O. Tompkinson comes through, and there you can see the connection.
Have we got another angle from the other side?
See, initially I thought that it was falling into tackle. It's just a left foot step that just changes his body height slightly, but that's high.
Okay, so
there's no wrapping arms, and it's hit the head with the shoulder.
For me, we've got blue 22 leading with the shoulder, with his arm behind him. And then we've got direct contact with the head. Is that what you're seeing? And there's been no attempt to lower the height of that tackle, and no mitigating factors by the white player leading into the tackle.
For me, Marshy, like he's got the intent there. He's fine with that. Just needs to dip.
Yep.
That's all it is. Just a dip.
For me, red card, direct contact, high tackle against 22 gold. Okay.
Well, you heard there from James Munro. He said mitigating factors.
22,
Hard
please.
to see any
Michael.
there
Yep.
from Simon Hickey.
So from what we've seen, the player's leading with the shoulder, with the arm behind him, so no effort to wrap or make a tackle, so that's a shoulder charge, and it's made direct contact with the head, so it's a red card.
Well, what a way to end this game. Co Tompkinson is going to be shown a red card from James Munro. 2 yellows for Otago, 2 this afternoon.
It's good to see Simon Hickey sitting up, which we've got a shot of now. So for all his family and friends out there, that's good to see him able to get himself back to his feet, because it was a nasty one.
We have to play the penalty. So, yeah. Scrum. Okay.
Well, it's good to see Simon Hickey on his feet and walking off.
They want the scrum, please.
And Auckland don't want to tap and boot it out. They want the scrum.
They've got the bonus point, but this is a real show of intent. They mean business in the Mitre 10 Cup 2020 Auckland. They could easily just kick this out or kick the 3. There's no benefit for them whatsoever of taking the scrum, but intent.
Yeah, intent, Marshy. Statement. They come here to play. 38-6, 45-6 looks better.
Well, Auckland have Wellington next week, and after this performance, they get another penalty.
Second penalty. Unstable gold. Scrum? Yeah. Okay.
31 penalties conceded in this game. 31. 20 of those to Otago.
Second time.
I really enjoy this attitude. It's the penalty count you mentioned, Jeff, which isn't good. The discipline's been particularly bad in the second half, but this is an attitude that carries you through the tournament when you're prepared to keep going when there's no real gain apart from just rubbing it in the nose of your opposition.
Set. Steady.
Good scrum. Hoskins at 2-2 decides to go himself, puts the kick through. It's been lost forward. And that'll bring an end to this game. Auckland flexing their muscle early in the Mitre 10 Cup. They've beaten Otago 38 points to 6. But it won't just be the Auckland performance that'll be talked about. It'll be that lack of discipline to Otago. 2 yellow cards and a red at the end. But Auckland have made a very promising start to this competition. They've beaten Otago here at Forsyth Bar Stadium, 38 points to 6.